Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 16th to the 29th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel immensely. It helps me immensely, and it helps this channel be seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels. Interesting. We're going to do it this way. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. Fantastic. So I'm just going to put this card kind of upright and just know that it was on, well, kind of, but it's upright now. All right. Excuse me while I cough. I do apologize. Okay. So I do know people have been saying there have been upside down cards. Yes, I take the cards before we start and I put them all out and I meditate over them and pray and all that stuff and then put them all together and they are as spirit intends them to be. So that is why we have right side up and upside down cards. Now, if the reading doesn't resonate with you, then you can check out your rising or your moon or, another reader that's like, totally cool. If you don't vibe with these, that's great. So let's see what spirit has to say here. We have the 3 of Pentacles in this like kind of neutral position. We also had the 6 of Wands in that neutral position, meaning that there are times where we're moving forward and we're thinking, yeah, I'm doing really great. And there are times where we're moving forward and just thinking, I have to get this done. Like I have to push, I have to get, I have to, it has to be more. And we're not as in tune to what spirit, our angels, our spirit guides want from us or want for us during this time. So just be aware of this. We can have moments also with what we're crowned with the 3 of Pentacles, where we're saving, we're collaborating, we're looking at things, we're looking at, branching out different avenues, or even just like, steadily saving, steadily building, steadily, accumulating. And then there are other times where it's just going to be, I don't care. Like I just don't care. I just want to do. So just be aware of this during this time, Aries, that we can tend to go from one extreme to the other extreme. And that does make sense because we do have Aries energy here reverse with the Emperor reverse, meaning that we have a tendency to get in our own way, or we have a tendency to be extreme during this time. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. We also have the Hierophant reverse, which is also Taurus energy. So if we're born on the cusp with Taurus, or we have Taurus in our chart, there is a sense here where we can be really fighting against that energy or Taurians in our lives. We can find it to be a little bit more combative, but also we want to step out of the norm of things and we want to step into something more. And that's going to be really important during this time for us. And that's also going to be really important in the astrology of it all. So if you're interested in the astrology for this half of the month, check out the astrology reading that I've done. I'll have it linked up above, in one of those little cards. So you can click on it and also at the end stamp. So if you would like to see that, that's available. The sun right here, that's a yes answer. So everything else that's going on, the good, the bad, the in between, the life that is going on, we do have the beautiful sun coming forward and saying yes, yes to the question that you are asking. And it's a very positive, very powerful, very beautiful yes answer coming forward. The 3 of Cups reversed, we can have a tendency to be really harshly critical about ourselves and on ourselves during this time. So just remember that with the energy of the Emperor reverse, we can tend to be more critical about us. We can get in our own way. We can say, you know what, it's never going to happen. Why do you even think it will? Type of energy. So just be aware of this during this time. The 3 of Cups is that person that should have raised their glass to us, or we thought was going to raise their glass to us and didn't. That can bring up memories of when people were supposed to celebrate us and couldn't, and just that's not part of their personality, or when we weren't somebody's cup of tea and we really wanted to be. So just being aware of that during this time where it's like, okay, but I still get to move forward for me. You not liking me, you not seeing me, you not understanding me doesn't get to define me. And that's going to be very important because a door is closing and we're going to think, because that door has closed, we're going to be feeling things more intensely. And Spirit's like, don't you dare let it take you away from you being yourself. Like, take you away from your gifts and your greatness and your power and your beauty, because you're shining. You're shining. You're having that light shine in. You're having that beauty move you forward. And with the Six of Swords, Spirit's like, listen to your angels. Turn in, calm it down, slow it down, and listen to your angels. And know that you're not going to be 100% confident all the time during this time. We just usually aren't as human beings. We have that, like, those ups and downs. So being aware of that is also going to be very important for us. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random, oh goodness, at random, and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everyone. And it will be announced, the winner will be announced in a separate video, completely separate video. And if you are interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. There is a limited time special offer of mini readings. So check those out if you want to. Now let's see what Spirit has to say, angels and spirit guides. Here we have blissful, filling yourself with bliss, letting yourself be blissful and letting yourself show up for you and saying, this is who I am. You know, Joseph Campbell said, live your bliss. And he didn't rectify, but he clarified that it's not going to be being happy every moment of every day, but it is following your joy. It is knowing what makes you happy, and it is truly embracing that. So blissful is going to be filling your soul and yourself with bliss, filling up your cup. Because remember, you need a gallon to fill a cup. So when we talk about filling the cups of others, we need to have a gallon for ourselves. That gallon of water for ourselves, that gallon of positive energy and love and connection for us. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Here we have inner strength reverse. There is almost a hesitation of stepping out of a constraint that has been around us. So just be mindful about that. This is the solar plexus chakra, and it's a listening to our gut. It's a seeing ourselves. It's a calming and connecting and understanding. And that's going to be really important. So the inner strength, there's also a sense of, I can hear somebody saying, I don't want to be this strong, but Spirit's like, but you are. And that's part of your path here on this earthly plane. And it is embracing our strength, our inner determination, our focus, our insight. And you're stepping out of a shell, and you can feel that. You can feel that, like, you're kind of like leveling up in a video game, right? Or yeah, leveling up is really what I see it. Or like embracing a new skill, like learning something, and you've gotten to that point where you're past like the beginner stage, and you're now able to move forward and do things that you didn't think you could do before. But there's a fear here that's keeping it held back, or that's keeping us held back. Let's see what Spirit wants us to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the 8 of Wands. It's wanting to speed everything up. And we can have that tendency as a fire sign energy. We like things to rage forward. We do. We like the fire is raging forward. Like, being more contained, more subtle in things. We have to get used to that. So here with the 8 of Wands, we really want to flame the fires. We really want things to move forward quickly and with determination and focus and fire and all of that intensity. But we will find that being in that intensity will also exhaust us. It will wear us down and wear us out. So just be mindful about this during this time. With the 3 of Pentacles. Now, here it's on its side, so it's like neutral, but there's a sense of not going slowly, right? Not looking at things more intricately, not saving our money, not guiding things, like not slowing down. We can be a bit reckless during this time. We can be a bit frustrated during this time, and we can hate. It's hate that everything is taking more time than we thought it would, or everything is needing more than we can feel at times that we have to give. So just be mindful about this during this time. We need to rest. We need to be mindful with our money, with how we spend, with what we're expecting from ourselves. And we need to go slow and steady, but also to stay focused. because that's going to be one of the things that we have trouble with. We want to jump from one thing to another, to another, to another, and we'll leave a trail of unfinished projects behind us without saying, okay, I can give myself this diversion, but I am still going to move forward slowly and steadily, creating what I need, what I want, and what's important. With the Six of Swords. Now it's interesting. We have the repeat of the number 3 here, which is a connection with divinity. So we have this energy that connects us with divinity that we're partially accepting. And then we have the energy that we're saying, like, no, it's not working out. How could this be the path forward? What are we even talking about? And with the Six of Swords here, we have the angel at the head of the boat. We have the man rowing the boat. We have the mother and child. The protection of what is absolutely important to us. This was, in its neutral state, where there's almost a sense of we're moving forward, but we want to get there more quickly. We want to be more, and we want to push things further. And Spirit's like, slow down and connect within you. Slow down and see you. And that's going to be one of the most important things that we can do during this time. And say, where do I need to be? What do I love? What do I want? What's important to me? And it brings us to the fact that some doors are going to be closing. And we're going to think, if this door closes, how can I possibly move forward to what I want, to where I need to be for me, to what I see for myself? And it's going to be one of the best things that happens, is that certain avenues are saying to us, no. And if we slow down and connect here, Aries, we're going to be like, oh, that there was a reason there, right? There was a reason for that stopping things, for that slowing down. And it's going to have us look not at the universe outside of our existence, but the small universe within us, like the talents that we already have, the blessings that we already have, the beauty that we already have. And it brings us to this place where when we're looking inward, there's also a sense of like, we were trying to prove something to somebody else, right? You don't get to define this. You don't get to have this. You don't get to be this. And we're like, no, that's not true at all anymore. And it was never true to begin with. The people who cannot celebrate us, we don't need to be chasing after them or hurt by them. I mean, that's a big thing to say, because rejection hurts. It just does. It's part of it. But it doesn't get to be defining us. And we're going to be seeing here that there's going to be a certain rejection, a certain door closing, a certain something that happens with a person that we thought, oh wow, this was great, but it wasn't. Like, or it was great, but it didn't pan out the way that we thought it was going to. And it brings up an old pain, an old hurt, an old rejection, an old doubt, an old fear. And during this time, there's a huge healing that can come forward and say, I'm not that anymore. I'm not held back. And I'm not small. And it brings us to this place where we let ourselves shine. We let ourselves step into our energy of brilliance and glory and determination and focus and insight, and say, this is me. This is what I want, and this is what I need in my life, and this is how I'm moving forward for myself. And that's just going to be it. It's like we're taking our power, and there's going to be this energy around us of people who are like, but I wanted you small. And it's like, yeah, but I don't want me small. Even if you live a very quiet, simple life, to move forward in your beauty, to move forward in your connection with your love for you, to move forward and know your worth, means that you outshine so much of this world. And we can think it's such a small thing. It's such a beautiful thing to be content within ourselves. And that's what we're finding in the last half of February. We're finding this sense of, but this is me. This is how I shine. This is how I sparkle. I've been seeing sparkle lately come up with people, and it's saying, let yourself shine. That sparkle is letting yourself shine, letting yourself be authentically you. And I hate to throw the word authentically around because it gets thrown around a lot lately, but it is saying, let yourself see your soul, see who you are, see what you want, and not apologize for it. And be like, but this is me. And as long as you're coming from a place of love and of healing and of peace and of calm and of connection, like, why not? And it brings us then to the Hierophant reversed. You don't want to be held in by rules. Actually, you don't even want to be held in by your own rules right now. It's kind of like, no, I will not be told what to do, and I will live out loud, and I will move things forward. And, I don't want top-down structures. Now, be it we tend to work best in an area with structure and with rules, but we like to be at the top. So just being aware of that, Aries, is that we are, represented by the god of war. Right? We are the ultimate general. We are the ultimate commander, and we like our rules moving things forward. But here, it's like we're questioning the rules. We're questioning things. It's not that we want to live in anarchy. That's not it at all. But it's very much the sense of, where do I stand, and what do I stand for, and what do I want, and what do I need to be, and what's right for me, and what isn't right for me. And I'm allowed to question, and I'm allowed to seek, and I'm allowed to wonder. And that's what we're doing during this time. But we can also have a tendency to downplay our own gifts, our own passions, what is really important to us, and want to fit into a different mold just because it's different, just because we can, and just because we can, or just because it's different, it's interesting, doesn't mean that we should. It's kind of like I'm just seeing. So, I was trying on glasses, and I asked my brother, like, how do you like these? And he was like, just because they're interesting does not mean you should try them on. And I think that's very funny. And that's what I'm hearing with the Hierophant here, is just because the Hierophant reverse, just because it's interesting, doesn't mean that we have to, like, investigate further into it. Like, just, yeah, it doesn't mean that it's better. That's it. And with the Emperor reverse, don't get in your own way. Don't get in your own way. We can have a tendency during this time to be very, very passionate about everything, right? Want to dive deeper, want to go further, want to push, deeper into things. Don't get in your own way. Let yourself embrace your skills, embrace what you're good at, embrace who you are, enjoy your hobbies, enjoy you. But there's almost a sense here of like, but it could be so much more. And maybe it can be, and maybe we don't want it to be. Just stepping into yourself is a huge thing. And it's something that most people are really afraid to do, to say, but this is me. So be mindful here during this time, because we're going to have a tendency to go from extremes. The sense of letting ourselves shine, letting ourselves connect with ourselves, letting ourselves embrace what we love and what we want, to sitting there and having a setback that makes us feel small, that makes us feel like we can't, and remembering when we felt that way before, and thinking, oh, well, they were right. And then there's going to be the sense of like, well, who are you to tell me what to do type of energy. And then we can just kind of be like a fireball shooting forward. And whatever happens, it's like, well, at least something happened. And Spirit's like, but what if we look at things and say, okay, it's time to turn within me. It's time to question. It's time to say, what do I really want? And question myself and push back at answers that I give. But it's also time to see, what makes me shine? What do I want from my life? And how are my angels connecting with me in ways that I'm not hearing because I'm too busy, looking at everything and saying, how do I light this all up? Like, how do I make this all different? Or how do I prove that I am so much more than they expected? And Spirit's like, you have nothing to prove except to see you. And that's the only reason why you're here on this earthly plane, is to see you and to see your connection with this world. And that, if we figure it out, that's a big enough thing. That's a powerful enough thing. Our subconscious. Spirit messages gratitude reversed. Remembering to be thankful. And it's not just gratitude towards everybody else. It's gratitude towards ourselves and towards our line and what we're discovering in our world and how we want to move forward. Gratitude is going to be so important. The simple act of thank you. Thank you to others when we're interacting with people, but thank you to ourselves. Thank you to our body. Everything might not be the way that we have dreamed it could be or would be, but we're going to be seeing that there's a beauty here, even if we don't see it ourselves right away. Our subconscious chakra message is holistic health. Yeah, it's exactly what Spirit was saying. This is the root chakra. It's listening to our bodies. It's listening to ourselves. It's being kinder and gentler to us as we move forward to the place that we want to be. And holistic health is also saying, I can kind of go back to the roots of things, right? It's kind of like eating less processed foods and connecting with nature and all these things that are good for us. We don't have to take them to extremes, but it's like, okay, what is my body telling me? What foods do I eat that I feel really sluggish after? What foods do I eat that I feel really good with? Am I resting? Am I taking care of myself? Those are going to be really important things during this time. our subconscious energy to be mindful of is that we're letting go of a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain, and a lot of disappointment. And we could be like, okay, well, what now? What now? Like, how do I fill these wounds? Like, how do I heal this pain? You know, what am I if not these disappointments, these misunderstandings, these wounds that I've carried for so long? And the freedom of releasing them can seem overwhelming, and it can seem like, well, what am I? And Spirit's like, you are always meant to be so much more than pain, so much more than suffering. And it brings us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Seven of Wands. And during this time, what we are going to see here is that we're learning, I don't have to fight. I don't have to fight all the time. And for an Aries to say, I don't have to fight all the time, that's huge, because an Aries reverse wants to fight all the time. It's like, you know what? That's it. You want a good fight? I can give you a good fight. I can give you a good run for your money. I mean, Aries make fantastic lawyers, fantastic fighters, fantastic people who need to be, on their toes and in action. Absolutely. But here it's like, you know what? I'm letting something slide, and I'm letting my energy be focused on where it really needs to be, and not on the nonsense of chaos, like of chaos for the sake of chaos. So it's kind of having our energy. I always describe the Seven of Wands as having our energy in that fist, and it's exhausting. You just have your hand like this for just a little bit. It's exhausting. Can you imagine our energy like this all the time? I release, and I embrace, and I feel, and I see, and I connect, and I move forward in the energy that is right for me, and I move away from the energy that I just don't want anymore. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.